Chapter 25, Episode 2. Nelly and Beatrice say hi. Nixon is on tour. Artemis smiled but didn't look at Karla. She was a defensive, alert driver and took the occupation seriously, as she did most things she undertook. Driving the luxury SUV was much different than the old John Deere or the pickup truck. She had to be ever watchful of the speed. The car seemed to beg to be permitted twice the speed limit. There were highways in Germany where it could do its thing, not in America. Especially not in US America. State troopers were everywhere. Cameras were common. It really was a totalitarian police state with its people waving flags and screaming our team is the best. After seeing the streets of New York, Artemis was suspect of the great American way of life. She was suspect as a child. Her grandfather had prepared her for a battle zone. Though she was certain most people managed to ignore the field where the battle took place, it was obvious to those who lived mostly outside of it. She had liked some things in New York. She even understood the appeal of a big city. A huge network of networks working together and playing together. She liked Central Park. Her mother made her understand that there were many projects to make the city a better place to live. The city was greener than when Artemis was last there. Artemis couldn't remember. Before they got to the border, the ferry in Maine, they were pulled over twice for no reason other than they looked suspicious. Girls in a bright yellow Italian SUV that cops couldn't afford unless they had side jobs such as working with drug dealers and shaking down pimps. Karla was given instructions to directly phone Mr. Morgan's lawyer any time they were pulled over. Don't talk to the cops. Hand them the smart device. You cannot reason with state troopers. Police being recorded by car cameras, visible by any car on the net, talking to a lawyer they had heard the name of, tended to send people on their way. Drive safely, ladies. We will. Why do you think they pulled us over? Two teenagers in a car like this, maybe that's enough. Maybe that's what they do. Get in people's faces and annoy them. Odd kind of job. Karla had to laugh. She didn't know if Artemis was joking or serious. She had never talked to a police officer. Yes, it's not really their job. They are supposed to protect and serve. They usually do. Some are bullies. In Bangor they stayed in a bed and breakfast. For the next morning they planned to drive onto a new ferry known as the Cat 2 and shortly after leaving Bar Harbor, land in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia.